Hello everyone, Kinetic here and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online Academy. Today's video is actually going to be a really simple topic and kind of like a public service announcement for those of you that are maybe like me and you're still trying to work your way up to max level in time for the Imperial City DLC, which is like right around the corner, by the way. For PC, it's only about a week away or something like that. August 31st, the Imperial City DLC major update to ESO is coming out for PC and Mac August 31st. And then it comes out like mid-September for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, like the second week, 14th, 15th, 16th, something like that. But yeah, so kind of like just a heads up for you. Like I've noticed that over probably the past like 10 levels or something like that, something has been happening. Something that I'm doing here in ESO has started to make the game not as much fun. And I say something that I'm doing because really, maybe this is kind of something like from a design perspective is the fault of ESO, but I'm starting to get a little bit burnt out, a little bit bored of what's going on in ESO as I'm leveling my character. And I think some of that has to do with the way that the game is, but largely has a lot to do with the way that I'm playing the game. And I think that this happens to a lot of people in a lot of different MMOs. They get to maybe a point where, for example, they're just not really paying attention anymore, if they were ever, to what's going on in the game, and they're just focused on the means to the end. You know what I mean? They're just going through quickly, like skipping through the dialogue, and just, all right, what do I got to do? I got to collect this. All right, fine. I got to go kill these guys. Fine. And then they try to play the MMO like that, and then just get burnt out and call the game complete garbage, right? And that's almost kind of like what I've been doing, and I hope to stop some of you from maybe doing that right now, is to just, as in other words, too long didn't watch, slow down. Try to enjoy ESO and the leveling here, like on your way to max level, because the journey really is important, especially in ESO, because it's such an important part to understand and enjoy the story, I think. And if you're not playing ESO for story, then I'm not entirely sure what you're playing ESO for. That's one of the biggest highlights, especially to me, and something that I praised ESO very early on, is I think that somewhere like just outside of the tutorial areas of ESO, questing gets a lot more interesting, like the stories that are being told, the kinds of characters that you meet and things like that. And you realize that it's all relevant to the situation as a whole on Tamriel. But like I said, over like maybe the past 10 levels or 15 levels, something like that, it started to kind of burn out, like that fire and that interest in that. And that's because I'm finding myself like kind of just not paying attention as much to the story, and just kind of like not really spamming through it, but just kind of glazing over what they're talking about, and you know, hurry up, let's just like get this quest over and move on to the next, because I'm getting more and more attracted to getting to the max level. It's getting closer, and this happens to me in MMOs, like sometimes, like I may start out la-di-da or whatever, and then the closer I get to max level, I find myself like getting more and more attracted to just getting to max level, because I know that so many more doors will open up once I get there. And so I might start to, like what's kind of happening I think recently in ESO, I might just start skipping out on side activities and other things that make the game fun, like here in ESO, for example. Crafting is one of those things that, whether you had any interest in it or not, crafting can definitely be a nice distraction and kind of like a nice little side thing that you can do that's a break from questing and stuff. It's a great way to continue to mix things up and keeps things fresh while you're leveling to max level in ESO. Paying attention to the story, I think, in ESO is a very large part of also what makes the journey, the process of getting to max level quite enjoyable, because they do it very well in ESO. It's not amazing, the story that's being told here, but it's better than average, certainly. The types of story that's being told, the little stories from just like common peasants or whatever to like big figures like the king of the Ebonheart Pact or something like that. It all seems to connect and it all seems to matter and be relevant to what's happening as a whole here in the story of ESO with the Molag Bal storyline. I just got to Cold Harbor recently, And oh man, was this a really nice change of pace, because I've gotten really tired of killing like humanoid kinds of enemies. I've been waiting to get to this point, anxiously to slaughter some damn Daedras like more frequently instead of just zombies and bandits. Like, there's way too many zombies and bandits, I think, maybe for the Yemenhar Pact at least, or whatever. But yeah, so I got to Cold Harbor, and like the whole layout of the place and the tones of the colors and the atmosphere is a really nice change, and that is also making a nice refreshing impact on my enjoyment here in ESO. But I thought, you know, even more than that, more than crafting, more than paying attention to the story, at the very least, like if you're just a gameplay kind of person, and I totally get that, like some people are just all about the gameplay, all about the combat and the dynamics of that. At the very least, here is my advice for you guys, if not for everybody, is that try to experiment with various skills and skill lines for your class, weapons and stuff like that. Again, I got fixated on getting to the goal, which is max level over for too long, and I just used the same weapons and the same skills for such a long time. I started to feel like everything was almost like a robotic motion. Like, yes, I'm still paying attention kind of to the story, but the actual combat just started to feel very mechanical. I was doing the exact same skills and the exact same order with the same weapons and stuff like that, and it just started to get dull. But as soon as I started to understand that and recognize that I was doing that, and I started mixing up the skills that I was using from different skill lines. I started changing weapons. I changed a two-hand sword instead of the bow, and it felt amazing. I mean, the weapon itself, the two-hand sword, is amazing for Nightblades, which is kind of funny to me, but it just felt so good to change weapons and change combat style. It was very refreshing to start using a two-hand sword, those skills, picking out some of the stuff from the Fighters Guild skill line and start leveling up those more. It was a really big help to help make the game much more fun. So between like doing some crafting if you can, make time for it, paying attention and recognizing like when they're trying to praise you for being cool and what you're doing, whatever in the game, and mixing things up with, especially with your combat skills, the type of skills that you're using, the type of weapons that you use. It helps definitely to make for a fun and ongoing entertaining experience here in ESO as you're aiming for that goal, that max level goal. So that's it, pretty much. Just that's my public service announcement. Keep mixing things up. I know that we're on a tight schedule here. Again, only like a week away, August 31st for I think PC and Mac, right? Both are getting the Imperial City DLC, which is gonna be huge, people. This is a major update, and I think is gonna be a really nice experience of what maybe we can hope to get from future DLCs as well. And then again, for like I said, for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, that comes out like right after the second week or whatever, like midway through September. You guys will get to get the Imperial City DLC. For subscribers, if you're a subscriber to ESO, then you will get it for free, which is very cool. You can also simply buy it for what is it, 1,500 crowns or something like that, which is actually quite cheap, I think. And it sounds like we're getting a lot of really cool content while we get to run around in the Imperial City for the investment. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. I am definitely expect to see more ESO videos here on the channel, especially as I get access to the Imperial City DLC. I'll be making videos of it. I'll definitely be live streaming it as well, so come hang out. I am live streaming each and every Saturday. That's all for now, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Click the like button to support these ESO Academy videos here on the channel, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.